Hello, my name is Sam Johnson and I'm a voice teacher. Today I am joined with special guest Mindy Pack, who is this incredible voice coach, massage therapist, everything. It seems like every time I log onto Facebook, you're doing like something radically different that's just like making you a better at being you, I guess. So thank you, Mindy, for showing up to the channel.
Thank you for having me. I'm super stoked to be here, so thanks.
So Mindy is the kind of voice teacher that works with the people that you listen to every day, and it's really killer to have her on, but she's also a powerhouse vocalist herself, and she's working on releasing this dope Christmas song that we're going to be talking about today.
I know, it's a little nerve-wracking being on the other side of it, being like, hey, here it is.
So what we're going to do is we're first going to listen to a little bit of that original version. This is a recording from, 90-something. It's been a while. And we'll just talk about kind of what you love about it. And then we're going to show you Mindy's version and how to update something like this. Because I think it's a really important skill to be able to hear something that you love for some reason and then make it your own in a different way. So it's pretty, but like totally different thing. So let's hear what your version sounds like. First off, how did you choose what key to sing it in? How do you choose a good key for a song?
So I actually played it. I brought in the pianist to come in and lay down the basic chords, and we played it in 4 different keys. So I varied between 2 whole steps. And then I recorded it vocally in every one of those keys so that I could hear like my own fach, where my own timbres would kind of go into. And for me, it just solidified where I sat it with where I could convey the emotion and where I could build into it so it had the biggest punch for that. And so I ended up settling on this key because after listening back to it and then hearing the strings kind of come into it, I felt like it gave a very warm feeling to it. I didn't want it to be super piercing because we were going more in that gospel. So I didn't want it to have that like, yeah, type wail that's up there. And I was really wanting to make the overall message of this is hope. And so I really wanted to feel that where I sang it and how having everything kind of come in there, that the warmth that would come in there would be hope, that you would feel hope. You'd feel that blanket of comfort, like listening to it, that depth for the user. And this is where I felt like it set really nicely.
Okay, excited to hear it.
The night was long, we traveled far. At times I looked but could not see the star. Yet still it shone, unveiling them the way to Bethlehem. My heart held fear, mid puzzled joy, for I was only a small shepherd boy.
What an animation, by the way. Like, that's really fun. So automatically, like, the biggest difference we hear between them is there's a lot more, like, buzz in the sound of your voice with this versus the choral version, which obviously, like, you can't have too buzzy of a voice when you're singing in a choir or nothing's going to blend together.
Exactly.
You've been through Ingo's thing. You're a vocalogist in real life. What physically is happening between, like, to make a difference between those two sounds?
Well, I mean, the shape of the pharynx, so inside your throat's definitely going to be changing. The way we can, as vocalists, we want to have flexibility and acrobatics, going on there so that you can have the freedom to be able to do what you want to have stylistically. So just the overall shape is going to be different. Vocal cords, as far as on those low notes coming together, we're getting a perfect squaring up that's going on versus a breathier kind of quality. So again, and that would come down to style choices, of what you want to make and what you want to do. For a lot of people, when you're technically perfect on every single pitch, sometimes that can come across as emotionally flat. Yeah. And so you want to be able to have the dexterity to kind of play around and do a bunch of different things.
So what's the difference between squaring up the vocal folds and getting chord closure?
Nothing really.
Same thing?
I mean, when you're getting the chord closure, chord closure is when, chords have to come together to create sound because you have air that comes up, chords come together so that they sync up. My goal as a coach and when I work with people is that I want to have the squaring up on every single pitch from low to high, just not in, the bridge passaggio areas. It's the mixed all the way from bottom
100%.
to top, which sometimes different, it's different from other people's terminology based on what that is. But when I can get full control of what that is, then that allows me to, if I don't want to sing in the bottom part of my voice where it's, for this song, for instance, the night was long, where I could go into it, the night was long, where I'm like a little bit more breathy. I'm not getting that full squaring up, but I'm not pulling either. So it's just all about getting control.
Exactly. And I say it all the time, but it's so awesome to see someone else demonstrate it and talk about that of like, both of those are, neither of them is wrong. It's just what you want to communicate.
Life goes on, the years beyond, one brief night of my youth. Time clouds my vision of truth.
So on the truth, would you say that you flipped or what? How would you classify that? And does it matter to classify it?
For me, I don't think it's a classification. I don't feel like I flipped because I didn't do a complete disconnect. But I do feel that I pulled back just a little bit because for me, it was important on the riff up to accent that. Time clouds my vision of truth. I wanted to hit that da-da-da-da, truth.
That Christmas night so long ago has filled my life with light because I know that he lives now as he then a king in Bethlehem whose love never ends. Shine for me again, Star of Bethlehem.
Yeah, I like your version more.
I hope so. It's just different, it's just, for me it was, like the lyrics and you just think about, the shepherds or whatever. And, it's a beautiful medley, but the bridge is what guts me, because life goes on, years beyond, one brief night in my youth, time clouds the vision of all truth. And I think that just meets so well with everybody in life that, you forget things or you like, and it doesn't have to be religious. It can be anything, but like you move forward, but then there's always that constant reminder of that you can come back and get grounded again. And I don't know. I just feel like this song has meant so much to me because it really has like kind of kept me grounded and realized, things. So I was really excited to be able to get the rights to it and actually do something with it.
That's so exciting. Are you going to be working on any other big projects with your own voice? Any bigger releases or anything?
I'd like to. There's been, because of this and kind of reaching out, there's been some people that have like reached out to do some other stuff. So, we're just kind of like looking at those details and kind of seeing what's going on. I am not a songwriter. I can write a really good spoof. I'm not like the lyrics, where I'm like, I love you. Not me.
That's always been the scariest thing for me too. Like I'd love to do something at some point, but like just the songwriting aspect of it, it's its whole own skill. And so like with most of my students who are trying to like make it, that are trying to break out or whatever, that's the number one thing that I really encourage them to do is just songwrite.
Yeah, and one of the things that helped me, and I don't know, this might help you too, because I'm not a writer, and I'm like, what do I write about? Like, this is so dumb. Like, and like I said, I can write spoofs and I can do that. So, for a few months I did a challenge just to put myself in the mind of like my own students and everything else. But I took a songwriting course from somebody from Berkeley, and we were talking about like, how do you find inspiration, like on a daily basis? Like, how do we have this happen? And he goes, you need to write a song every day or at least like a chorus. And I'm like, okay, that's like really daunting. And he goes, no, what you do is you respond to an already popular song. And so if the song was Hello from Adele, hello, it's me, I was wondering, whatever the words are, okay, you would write the response to her song. So like, I got your call, I don't know why you're calling me, what do you need? And so you would write it from the perspective of the response of what she was doing.
That's a killer exercise. Yeah, I'm going to suggest that all the time now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mindy. How can people find
do it.
you?
Yay! You can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, so it's Mindy Pack.
We'll put a link in the
Like
description.
the wolf, P-A-C-K. Yeah, just follow me on there and hit me up with any questions and grab the song. And I hope it brings some fun inspiration to your
Awesome.
holidays.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Please
thanks.
like, subscribe,
thank
go
you.
check out the links in the description, leave a comment. Let's blow this song up for Mindy because she's just like an incredibly talented person and deserves all of it. So,
Aw, you're
Thank
so
you.
sweet. Thank you so much. So.